Stream Elements said Yield Nerdcast is now live. Streaming Just Chatting. If Sam Darnold gets to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen, I will become the mega joker. Bills fans in.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nerdcast. It is Devin, broadcasting as always live from an undisclosed location in the center of Texas. Yet another, I wonder how many of these I've done at this point. Yet another deflating postseason elimination for the Buffalo Bills. I remember doing this.
Vince said evening.
Yo, what's up, Vince? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? I remember doing this last year, I think. No. Well, I mean, yeah, I did it last year too, but
The dude Vince said you can't convince me that was an interception.
I'll get to that eventually, but oh, it was official. The Giants hired John Harbaugh as their coach. Okay, well, I mean, Bills fans are gonna hear a lot of shit in the next coming few months about the direction of the team, the state of the team, what we should do. And already I've heard people.
The dude Vince said the Falcons are hiring Kevin Stefanski.
I heard that too. I've already heard a lot of Bills fans being like, oh, we need to fire Sean McDermott and hire Mike Tomlin and all this other sort of stuff. And honestly, I said it yesterday. I had a bad feeling going to this game in general. But despite the fact, and there's a lot, I mean, dissecting this game, trying to get into like the finger pointing, who's to blame for the loss. There's a lot to go around, but at the same time, for this team that has been decimated by injuries, and were hurt by injuries within this game too, to have put up as much of a fight as they had, to take it all the way down to the wire in overtime, I think that's a testament to Sean McDermott's coaching ability. I think he had these guys generally prepared, but even when adjustments needed to be made, they made the right adjustments. The defense tightened up. The offense eventually settled. I don't know what was going on in Josh Allen's head earlier in the game, or Joe Brady, honestly. Some of the play calls that he was calling made no sense at all. I was literally at some point yelling at my TV, settle down, just hand the ball off to Cook and see what happens. Let's just try to get into a rhythm. And instead, we're whirling it downfield to receivers who weren't even on the roster a few months ago. At the end of the Jags game, we only had 3 healthy receivers on our roster, and one of them was benched for about a month because of both conduct and play, and the other one wasn't even on the team before Thanksgiving. And that's what we were working with. We had Curtis Samuel we brought back up. We elevated off of IR this week to play in this game. And also Mecole Hardman, who we signed onto the roster mid-season after the trade deadline, and then he got hurt, so he was on IR himself, but we signed him back up. And those were the other 2 receivers that filled out our wide receiver group. And outside of Khalil Shakir, those were the receivers that were getting the most targets. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but considering that even with a game plan that, for whatever reason, I guess you can understand the reason. The Broncos defense is pretty phenomenal. They did a really good job eventually of bottling up James Cook. They weren't so good at it early on. He popped off some pretty impressive runs here and there, which is why I was like, why are we abandoning this? Like, this is not the time to abandon this right now. Keep going. But and at that point, when I was screaming at the TV, they hadn't figured out how to stop him yet. We helped them. But when you have a defense like Denver's, then yeah, when the run isn't effective, you're just going to have to lean on your wide receivers. But our wide receivers aren't good. They haven't been good. When we're talking about spreading the blame around, for the entirety of the season, Bills fans have been calling for the GM's head because of the moves we have made or failed to make at wide receiver. And I know that a lot of talk is going to center around Brandon Cooks, the overtime throw that was ruled, and this is a tough one for me because, like, I can't believe that they got me here agreeing with Dave Portnoy. I never want to be in a situation where I agree with Dave Portnoy. I will watch this till the end of time saying Cooks had total control of the ball when he hit the ground.
Wow, that is close. I mean, reaches up, has it for...
I mean, he does have it. He has it there. His knee hits the ground while he has it, and like this whole surviving the fall is, I don't know how relevant that is. When he catches it, his knee touches the ground and a defender is contacting him. That's down by contact. But the corner had his arm had a little bit, it was wedged under the ball, and the momentum of him rolling just kind of wedged it out of Cooks' possession. But at this point,
said they've made what's considered a catch entirely too complicated.
Well, it's not. It's not even that it's too complicated. It's just that it changes on a whim. Like, it just depends on, I guess, whoever decides they want it to be a catch or not. You'll have this exact same play in any other game, and they'll be like, "Oh, receiver, possession goes to receiver. It's first down or whatever." It's just totally. It's just totally inconsistent. Now, there are Bills fans that are saying that this should have been called for PI. This isn't a PI, in my opinion. He was playing the ball. He's not like impeding. He's not impeding the receiver's ability to catch. But it should be down by contact right there. Like, it's crazy that it wasn't. It's pretty crazy that it wasn't. And
the dude Vince said, and the refs aren't consistent at all. At the end of regulation, it should have been a PI in the end zone against Denver, but they let them play, but suddenly start calling them in OT.
Yeah, they didn't call any PIs until overtime. I don't think there was a single PI that was called in regulation, which was crazy. Not that I fucking want to put any credence into anything Gronk has to say, but even fucking Gronk is like, yeah, it appears he secured the ball.
Said now it won't even matter cause Denver is gonna lose next week guaranteed.
We'll get to that here in a second too. Based on the replay, Cooks appears to secure the ball with control as he hits the ground before the defender rips it out. Per NFL rules, that could qualify as a completed catch and down by contact, but the on-field ruling was interception, and it's a close call. Replays show why it's controversial. I'd lean catch. So even fucking dumbass Gronk is like, yeah, I don't know about this one. Like, literally everyone is like, I don't know about this one. It's fucking crazy. And I mean, there was just so much. And it doesn't just come down to this. Like, Josh Allen had like, what? He had four turnovers this game? He had 2 INTs and 2 fumbles. I think one of those fumbles he lost, but I think the other fumble was recovered by the Bills. He had his problems too. This was his worst playoff game in a post 2019, I think, from what I can recall. He usually doesn't have games in the postseason where he turns it over that many times. But I could sense why, though. And I was telling my buddy Marty this, like, going into this game...
The dude Vince said he cosplayed as Favre in this game.
Well, going into this game, I was saying that I didn't have a good feeling about it for all the reasons that were stacked against the Bills. One, they were decimated by injuries. Offensive side of the ball and defensive side of the ball. 2, short week. They played on Sunday, and now they have to fly to, Denver and then play on Saturday against a team that's coming off of a bye week. And 3, playing at elevation in Denver. Like, that's just a rough thing to do, especially if you're decimated. You got people battling through injuries already. So I didn't think that we had that much of a chance. Which is a part of why I'm like, okay, I actually give a lot of credit to Sean McDermott. I think he had this team as well prepared as you possibly could have, and we had every opportunity to win, and we were even leading. We were even leading towards the end. It was a tough situation to be in, but because you know that your back is against the wall as much as it's ever been, short week and all of that sort of stuff, I got the sense that Josh Allen early on in that game felt like he needed to do more. I don't think Josh Allen really trusts any wide receiver outside of Khalil Shakir on this roster. And knowing that he has no choice but to trust or try to trust other wide receivers outside of Khalil Shakir. I just got the sense that he thought too early on that it was time for him to go Super Saiyan and take the game over when it wasn't. It wasn't necessary to do. And this is a tough defense for a quarterback to do. I'm not saying he couldn't. He kind of did a little bit. Like once he started to settle the offense a little bit, he definitely orchestrated a comeback. But early on, I don't know what was going on. He was too panicky. He was just not trusting his reads. He was trying to do too much personally, and this defense ate him up for it. Like, thinking back on the play right before halftime, he fumbles, and then Denver recovers and immediately kicks a field goal. They go up by, I think 10 at that point. But that's 3 points on the board that we just gifted to them at the end of the half. If those 3 points weren't on the board, then what does the score look like towards the end of regulation? Are we even talking about overtime if those 3 points weren't on Denver's board? So I think stuff like that is probably, that sort of thing probably contributes to why I don't know if you saw Josh Allen's post game. It was pretty tough. Like, he was openly weeping.
Let my teammates down tonight.
The dude Vince said, yeah, I saw that part.
I'm gonna mute Galby for a second so we can hear the question.
Let my teammates down tonight.
Your emotions normally aren't this emotional for us. Is what has brought this on?
Just missed opportunities throughout the game. It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's going to stick with me for a long time. Yeah, can't win with 5 turnovers. I fumbled twice, threw 2 picks. When you shoot yourself in the foot like that, you don't deserve to win football games.
Having said that, did it add the frustration kind of the way the game ended with a couple of questionable calls?
Yeah, I mean, losing that way regardless, losing in the playoffs is not fun. So,
yeah, like, my big fear now is next season, when the season kicks off, Josh Allen will be 30 years old. My fear is that he's entering kind of a Matt Stafford sort of territory with the Lions. And he's given it his all here I say here. He's given it all in Buffalo. He's getting the living shit beat out of him day in, day out. He's putting the team on his back. He's pushing them further than probably they have any right to go. I know I gassed up Sean McDermott not too long ago, but honestly, if Mitch Trubisky was quarterbacking this team, would they even be in the playoffs? Probably not. How much longer do you think he's going to want to do this in Buffalo? I mean, maybe he's a Buffalo lifer. That happens with players when they go there. But if he's chasing a Lombardi, if he's as competitive as people say he is, and you could see how competitive he is, how much he's willing to just like destroy himself, getting this team that 1 extra yard, running like a madman, running like he wants to see God. If he has that in him, how much more does he want to commit to an environment where he just, for whatever reason, can't do it? He can't get over that hump. And for one reason or another, and I didn't really put any credence into all the talk about, oh, well, there's no Lamar Jackson, there's no Joe Burrow, there's no Patrick Mahomes. This is it for Josh Allen. The deck has been cleared. It's like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way because every other team that gets into the playoffs are really fucking good too. There's a reason there's no there's no Lamar Jackson. There's a reason there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's a reason there's no Joe Burrow. It's because all the other teams that got into the playoffs were really damn good. The Bills included. The Bills included. We beat Patrick Mahomes. We beat Lamar Jackson. We beat Joe Burrow. Right? So I didn't put any credence into that. Like, oh, the deck was cleared, so now he has to whatever. No. What I will, I guess what I will put more credence in is the idea that the division's getting more and more difficult, right? And that's not, that happens everywhere, but the Patriots, they're back on track, it looks like, with Mike Vrabel. The Dolphins just fired Mike McDaniel. We'll see what happens with them. They could go in either direction. Never know. The Jets are the Jets, so whatever. But at the very least, you've got a true rival in the Patriots again. And the pathway in the AFC seems to be, and maybe this is true in general, but it seems to be first round bye. We've never had a first round. We've never been the 1 seed, rather. We've never been a 1 seed. Every route we've taken in the playoffs has always been like one of the more difficult routes to take. We're always on the road. Well, not always. Sometimes we host, but most often we lose on the road. And it's just always like trying to find the most difficult pathway around, where we got to get around these tougher teams and whatnot, and we got to find a way. And when the division sucked, that was fine, but we were never able to take advantage of a bad division to get that 1 seed for whatever reason. And I don't think that's going to get any easier. And for whatever reason, we just don't know how to do it. We don't know how to be road warriors in the postseason. Not to the degree that we really would need to be. And maybe that needs to, and maybe sometimes a change of scenery is what does it. Look at Stafford when he went to the Rams, right? I mean, kind of to a degree also with Jared Goff, although Jared Goff has never gotten to the Super Bowl with the Lions. So you can't really say that, but I mean, sometimes that change of, and I don't want it to happen. That's the thing. I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. And I think that that's what's going to make this offseason for the Bills super consequential. Last offseason, it was also a disappointing loss in the postseason. And there was a lot of hand-wringing. There was a lot of calling for the firing of the coach, etc., etc. Brandon Beane went out and he devoted a lot of effort and energy into the defense. The draft was a highly defensive draft. Our free agent signings were mostly defensive players. The idea was we have Josh Allen. He's got a good rapport with the receivers we already have, which that's a huge stretch to say that. And if we just shore up on our defense, then we can get over the hump. And what ended up happening this season was we had a shit ton of injuries on defense. We regressed a little bit, and we ended up just that regression was back to the means that we usually output, and we just had the same season we normally have. And it kind of sucks to say it in such a defeatist kind of way, because the season that we had 13 wins. we made some kind of a playoff run. We at least won one playoff game. We do that every year with Sean McDermott, it seems. And I say this as someone that has watched this team have a 17-year playoff drought, right? Like, sometimes it's easy to take for granted someone else's hard work, I guess, especially when it's not yielding the results that you want. Even if the results are good, if it's not the results you want, it's easy to kind of overlook it. I don't think we need to fire Sean McDermott, but I do think we probably need to turn over that front office. I think that Brandon Beane has probably been feasting off of the Josh Allen pick. And hey, it's hard to say that was the wrong pick, right? But after Josh Allen, like Trey White was good too. Trey White's good. Like that first year, he drafted Trey White, and I forget who else I forget who else was a part of that draft class. But the big name was Trey White, and he's been great. Even when he left and came back, he's gone back to form to a degree. I mean, he's older now. He's over 30. And he's coming off of some pretty critical injuries, so he's lost a little bit of a step. But he's still a critical piece to our defense. So he's good. He was a good pickup. And Josh Allen, of course, Dalton Kincaid. There have been some good wins in his draft classes. But recently, more misses than hits. Keon Coleman being probably the most prominent miss. And Josh Allen's not getting any younger. Again, we're approaching Matt Stafford territory. Like, this isn't going to be... Last year, going into the offseason, it was, okay, we've got generally decent pieces around Josh Allen. We're going to juice it up with drafting all defensive players and whatnot, and we're going to make a go at it. And I feel like this offseason, especially if our offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, ends up getting a head coaching gig, I think he has like 4 head coaching interviews scheduled now that we're out of the playoffs. If he goes, I feel like we are in line for potentially a full rebuild. And that's probably what needs to happen. Like, our O-line's good. We need a whole new receivers room. Tight ends, Dalton Kincaid is good, but he gets injured way too often. Dawson Knox is good. We probably are fine with picking up some tight ends on the lower end, seeing what we can rotate around. Our running back room probably need a little bit of help there. I mean, James Cook is awesome, but after him, kind of a dice roll. Ty Johnson didn't play today because he was injured. Also, that's another thing. In addition to probably getting rid of our front office, we definitely need to look at our strength and conditioning coach, because all throughout the season, it was players going down with soft tissue injuries. We've had a decent amount of blown ACLs too, but mostly pulled hamstrings, mostly torn pecs, mostly that sort of thing. We need to do something about our strength and conditioning, because the injuries were brutal all season long. But yeah, I feel like after this game, after this season, that was the frustrating part about, like, you know, Mecole Hardman. I saw this. Mecole Hardman watching everybody slander Josh Allen and Brandon Cooks when he dropped a wide open pass that would have had them in field goal range. Absolutely. I guess that's everybody beating Josh Allen and Brandon Cooks' ass. But yeah, he had that. I don't know which one. I thought I had it open. But he had a pass that was right on him, and he just whiffed on it. But this is another part of our wide receiver situation and our situation with our GM. They made no real effort at the trade deadline to pick up a top flight wide receiver. There were rumors that they wanted Jalen Waddle from the Dolphins, and that they presented the Dolphins with a trade package that the Dolphins rejected because the Dolphins wanted 2 first-rounders for Waddle. And the Bills didn't want to give that up, so they just let that sit. And I can't help but wonder, okay, if Josh Allen is throwing to Jalen Waddle instead of Mecole Hardman, or if he's throwing to Jalen Waddle on that deep pass instead of Brandon Cooks, I mean, say what you will about whether or not you think the refs should overturn this. The fact of the matter is, if you've got a guy that doesn't even let this happen to begin with, then it's a non-issue. Like, does Jalen Waddle let this dude roll on top of him with the ball in his hand? Like, at a certain point, you're asking yourself, what does this look like if we had just given up the 2 first-rounders that the Dolphins wanted for a top-flight receiver? Like, I think we got to get rid of our GM. I think we got to get rid of our GM. We got to get rid of a lot of our scouts too. I think we need to overhaul this thing immediately. And I think we're looking at it. I think we got to look at this as a rebuild. That's what the Patriots used to do. Every 2 or 3 years or so under Bill Belichick, they would just do a rebuild for nothing. Like, they would just be like, all right, well, we ran this offense and defensive set ran its course. Time to do a rebuild. And then they'll just let players go because they don't fit what the new scheme is or the new philosophy is. And they just retool it. And then every year at the start of the season, when they were getting their feet underneath them, people would be like, "Up, this is it for the Patriots. This is it. They're done. They're done. They've lost it." But then after a couple of weeks, they would get in their rhythm. They would get comfortable in the new schemes, and then they would just go on a run. And teams had to adjust to that because teams weren't used to what the new Patriots schemes were. And that's how they kept one step ahead of the rest of the conference and kept going back to the playoffs. And I think we're at that point now with the Bills where it's time to, like, all right, we got to redo all of this. We have the quarterback that's capable. We just need to redo what we did. We need a whole new wide receivers room. We probably need some different types of running backs. James Cook is great at jump cuts, but I kind of want a Derrick Henry type that can just smash through people. Like, that would be great. You probably need, I don't know about defense. Like, the philosophy of bigger bodies to stop the run or lighter defenders to play the pass better. Right now, we're configured to play the pass, but we've done a pretty good job at stopping the run too. But I think the lightness of our players just makes them more prone to injuries, is the vibe I'm getting. And I don't know. I kind of want bigger dudes out there on the defensive side of the ball, and definitely more pass rushers. That was another thing. Ed Oliver was on IR for months because of the torn pec, but he was elevated this season or this week, and as soon as he started playing, the change was immediate. Like, we were getting pressure on Bo Nix. But then he left the game with a knee injury. And after he left the game, zero pressure on Bo Nix. We couldn't get to him at all. And so it's like, okay, we have so many fucking injuries on the defensive side of the ball that, like, we're letting Bo Nix have his way with us because we can't get any pressure on him. Like, we don't have any real depth there. And some of our depth guys, I mean, we had Michael Hoyt, who was great that one game he played before he blew his Achilles out. What do you even do? Like, what could you do at that point when all of your key players that you're relying on get injured as soon as they step on the field? Like, but even with all those injuries, this was the Bills' game to win. They had a lead towards the end of the fourth. It wasn't until 50 seconds left or so that Bo Nix somehow stormed down the field and scored a touchdown. The one play that Trey White was out on because he was injured, they brought in Dane Jackson or Dane Johnson. It might be Dane Johnson. And as soon as Denver realized, oh, Dane Johnson's on the field, they targeted him right away. He got a touchdown scored on him. Like, it's rough, man. This is a rough situation for this team to be in. And fans are saying everything. They're saying, and what's even to add insult to injury, Broncos QB Bo Nix suffered a season-ending broken bone in his ankle during today's overtime victory in Buffalo. And they're thinking he broke his ankle when he was setting up for the game-winning field goal. Like right here at the end of overtime, when he takes the snap and he shuffles to the side to center it, they're saying that's how he broke his ankle. So now whoever wins Texans versus Patriots, they're going to go to the AFC Championship game and play against, like, Jarrett Stidham. Which is like the ultimate insult. That's like the ultimate insult to everything that the Bills put on the field to try to fucking advance one game further. One narrative I'm tired of seeing from other fans is that the NFL changes the rules for the Bills. The playoffs overtime rules need to be changed way before 13 seconds. I agree. What's up, everyone? Yo, what's up, Pie Lover? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? Belichick did that for cap reasons too, since he spent most of the money on defense. Well, yeah, he did that for cap reasons, but also at the same time, Tom Brady would restructure his contract to take less cap money, more guaranteed money, I guess, or signing mode or whatever money. They would shift the money around to free cap space so that they could sign more players. And I think that's something that Josh Allen needs to do. Like, if he wants to get over this hump, he's going to have to take less money, free up some cap space, and let a GM that's probably not Brandon Beane make some roster decisions to help him out. With the Bills, they need something not necessarily offensive, defensive coaching problem, but some spice, some extra. Yeah, it's called players. It's called talent on the roster. That's what they need. Like, their defensive coordinator grew a lot this season, and they played fairly decent. I mean, they still gave up 30 points to the Broncos, so there is that, but they had some help there with Josh Allen turning the ball over 3 times. You turn the ball over 3 times, you're going to give the other team more opportunities to put those points on you, but generally speaking, the defense was average, with flashing moments of above average in pass defense, in my view. I know the stats probably say they're the best pass defense team in the league, but that's only because they're one of the worst run defense teams in the league. But that's fine. They would be better if they had better talent. I like the scheme. I like a lot of the disguises that we use. All of that's fine. We just need better talent. Same with the offensive side of the ball. The Bills could have also had injuries. Oh, we had way too many injuries. Speaking of coaches who should be fired, I gotta imagine 49ers fans probably want Kyle Shanahan gone after losing 41-6. 41-6. I didn't watch any of that game. That's brutal. They lost 41-6 after to like the Seahawks. I mean, Kyle Shanahan's not getting fired. I will say though, if they did fire Kyle Shanahan, you might be able to convince me to be like, well, maybe we should fire Sean McDermott. Like, he might be one of the coaches that I'd be like, okay, let's get Kyle Shanahan. Seahawks are crazy good for making the Vikings look, or for making the Niners look like that. That's why I have the title of my stream the way that it is, man. If Sam Darnold gets to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. But again, that also kind of speaks to my, maybe the change of scenery is the thing. I mean, Sam Darnold was never going to get to the Super Bowl with the Jets. And he did a little bit better with the Vikings, but he still got smoked in the postseason with the Vikings. But now he's on a team that seems to fit like a glove for him. And it might be the season that he gets to the Super Bowl. And he might do it before Josh Allen after all these years. Knicks did it on that run play right before that. So you mean his ankle was broken on the play before he did this? Huh. Jarrett Stidham, who hasn't played since 2023. 49ers shouldn't have been worrying about the Super Bowl. They need problems fixed. Imagine being a Jets fan looking at Darnold. I mean, the Jets fans are in a whole other realm of unconsolable sadness. So, hey guys, who on? Yo, what's up, Wis? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing tonight? The Broncos beat the Bills, and it sounds like the Seahawks beat the pants off of the Niners. Lots of opinion pieces going around. Josh Allen and James Cook were contributing factors to latest playoff loss, but obviously not focus of team building season. Buffalo Bills general manager Brandon Beane has said that the last game of your team's season tells you what you need to work on in the offseason. I've never agreed with that philosophy, and the Bills' loss to the Denver Broncos in the AFC divisional round of the playoffs serves as a great example as to why. The two best players on Buffalo's offense were responsible for 5 turnovers. Oh yeah, James Cook also had a fumble. The defense suffered multiple in-game injuries, and watched those replacement players, who were often replacement players in their own right, get burned for scores. Yeah, the injury situation was insane. The takeaways from the 2025 season and the questions that the organization will need to address in the offseason aren't based on this game. Quarterback Josh Allen was a contributing factor to the loss against the Broncos. In addition to his 4 turnovers, he had multiple inaccurate passes to open receivers, a strange thing to type given the narrative surrounding the Bills' pass catchers this season. That could have changed. Yeah, the narrative around Bills receivers is that they couldn't get open. That was the big thing. Everyone was saying the Bills receivers struggled to gain separation. But that wasn't this game. They were getting open. Nobody in their right mind is going to think the Bills have a Josh Allen problem that needs to be addressed. Running back James Cook fumbled the ball on a promising drive and set into effect a swing in points that put Buffalo behind the 8 ball for the rest of the game, but nobody thinks that extending the NFL's 2025 rushing yard leader was a mistake, and that the team should be evaluating his status as a top running back on the team. No, of course not. That's why I was saying, like, if anything, we need an effective counterpunch to him. We need somebody that isn't like a jump cutting scat back. We need a bruiser. We need a Marshawn Lynch or Derrick Henry type. And Ray Davis isn't that. The Bills played 19 games this season. In 18 of them, they were trying their best to win. There is an entire sample size by which to evaluate Buffalo's season and decide what issues need to be addressed as the Bills face another offseason where the goal will be to make this a Super Bowl team. Chief among those issues is the same that has been plaguing Buffalo for much of the McBean regime. Their utter lack of pass rush. It's not like the Bills haven't been trying. Every offseason seems to bring significant turnover on the defensive line, with draft picks and free agents being added to the defensive line to get that unit up to a level where it can be counted on to assist a defensive back 7 that has been forced to carry the weight of Buffalo's pass defense. You see, that's what I was saying before. Like, they've drafted guys and they signed a ton of people on the defensive side of the ball, but 1, a lot of their picks don't pan out, but 2, like, injuries have kept a lot of those guys sidelined. few plays that we got to see Ed Oliver play in this game, he was getting pressure, and he was helping other defenders get pressure. Then he got hurt, and all of that went away. The Bills' need for additional pass-catching weapons is well documented, and the free agent wide receiver class has a few players that would immediately be the best receiver on the team. The Bills will likely need an addition at safety as well, next to up-and-coming second-year player Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop is awesome. He was one of the few consistent bright spots on the defense. So yeah, build around Cole Bishop. But pass catchers weren't the primary reason Buffalo lost in Denver. Pass rush was a problem, as it has been since the back half of the regular season, but the Bills' defense overall performed admirably given the position they were put in by the offensive turnovers. Veteran defensive back Cam Lewis played markedly better than rookie defensive back Jordan Hancock. Like, this guy, he shouldn't even be on the field. He's like a fourth stringer. But we have so many injuries that we got no choice but to play guys like this. In relief of safety, Jordan Hancock, who was in relief of safety Jordan Poyer, who was in relief of safety DeMar Hamler, who was in relief of safety Taylor Rapp. What is going on here? Like, is it any wonder that this team is struggling to stop top flight offenses? Like, Sean Payton is a brilliant offensive mind, and we've got Jordan Hancock in relief of safety Jordan Poyer, in relief of safety DeMar Hamler, in relief of safety Taylor Rapp. This dude should not be on the field, but we have no choice. Like, we've been destroyed by injuries. No, Buffalo's biggest issue against the Broncos weren't even those you can hope to spend money on, or draft capital to fix. What will the to-do list look like? Don't have as many injuries and don't have two of the best touchdown scorers in the NFL turn the ball over 5 times. Well, I mean, don't have as many injuries. We did hire a new strength and conditioning coach this past offseason. And I think that's something you just have to look at. There's something you have to look at why so many soft tissue injuries kept reoccurring. Why so many there was a lot of cramping. Even in today's game, there were players that were off the field for cramping issues. Like, why does this happen? Like, there has to be things you can look at what you're doing structurally to help players recover, to help players survive. Playing just such a naturally brutal sport, and then how to recover properly in a way that makes it less likely for you to recur injuries. Like, if nothing else, it doesn't hurt to turn over at strength and conditioning again. It doesn't hurt. Hard to get worse than what we just went through. Brandon Beane and head coach Sean McDermott will have to look at more than just the team's final playoff game for direction on what comes next for one Bills drive. Josh Allen is still an elite player. James Cook is still a top running back. If they want to know what their focus should be, they'll need to look at the entire body of work for the 2025 Buffalo Bills and not ascribe to Beane's theory that the final game of the year tells you what you need to work on. I don't understand why he has that theory. That's the dumbest thing in the world. Your roster at the final year is probably dramatically different than what it looks like at the start of the year. And like how you ski, like things that, and maybe that's what he means is like, well, if it's different, then why? And that's what you have to blah, 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 blah. But it's like, it's not always different for the right reason or for the good reason or for something that you want to cement in stone. Like, our roster at the end of this season was decimated by injuries, but that doesn't mean that the players that are injured need to be like replaced or anything. It means that you got to find a way to keep them safe, to keep them healthy. Like Taylor Rapp, we started the season off with Cole Bishop and Taylor Rapp as our starting safeties, and they both kind of struggled, right? Cole Bishop really turned it on and started playing awesome when Taylor Rapp got injured and Damar Hamlin stepped in. Because I think both Taylor Rapp and Cole Bishop. Okay, Cole Bishop is a second-year player, but Taylor Rapp, I think, he's also a second-year player. So these are both second-year players, but Hamlin has been here for a while. So he had and especially Jordan Poyer, he was brought in when Sean McDermott got hired. That was a steady veteran sort of leadership in the safety room there. And I think that helped Cole Bishop find his setting a lot more than sharing it with a second-year dude like Taylor Rapp. So that was helpful, but that doesn't mean that Taylor Rapp needs to be junked. Because by that metric, you would have said that Cole Bishop needed to be junked before he had veteran guidance on the field. So it's probable that Taylor Rapp just probably needs that, and maybe Cole Bishop's season of play can provide that. That's something you'll have to figure out, once training camp comes around. But these are all things that are okay, so we have these players that have talent, but who knows how they contribute because we can't get them on the field. The Bills are masters at the art of brutal postseason defeats. We kind of are. Sean Payton said it happened to the second. Oh, yeah, I read that. What good is making it to the NFL playoffs if the move is to lose time and time again? I mean, I don't think that's the move. Oh boy, what a pain in the ass. And then this just pissed me off, man. Normally I find a team to root for, and I'm never rooting for the fucking Patriots. I can't root for the Texans. In the AFC, I guess. I'm not rooting for the Broncos. I'm not even paying attention to the NFC. I guess I'm rooting for the Bears. I'll root for the Bears. If I can't have happiness, then at least you can have happiness, Vince. So I'll root for the Bears. And I like Caleb Williams. $41-6. Good Lord. Sam Darnold didn't even throw it that much. He only had. Where did all these fucking points come from? Oh, because 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. What were there like? Okay, so it's a handful of touchdowns and then what, a bunch of field goals or something? Oh, God. Now I got to get ready for another offseason. Sean McDermott on overtime interception. Hard for me to understand why it was ruled that way. Bills are no strangers to painful losses, but Saturdays will likely earn a ranking on the all-time list. It seems like every year. Every year. It just seems like every year where we get that, oh, this is an all-timer. There was 13 seconds. That's an all-timer. There was the year where I think I made the video with the thumbnail of Stephon Diggs dropping that perfect pass right into his chest against the Chiefs. I don't even remember how we lost last year. I know it was to the Chiefs again, but I can't remember how. Uh, is Sam Darnold really going to get to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen? Is that really what's going to happen? I'm not hopeful for the Bears to beat the Rams. Maybe they will all freeze to death before they get to the stadium. Yeah, it's supposed to be really fucking cold there, right? Psychological impacts of weather for psychological impact.
The dude Vince said also, I'm sure the NFL is with you. They'd probably rather have the Bills in next week's game and not a Denver team lead by Stidham.
Well, I'm sure they didn't think it was going to be Jared Stidham. If they thought that was like if Bo Nix got hurt at the end of regulation, then I'm pretty sure those refs probably wouldn't have called that catch an interception. They would be like, Jared Stidham, really? No. Brandon Cooks caught that. He caught it. Just irritating to think about.
The dude Vince said Broncos fans are livid that Peyton had Nix running.
Huh. Well, I mean, that was...
The dude Vince said, and it's like, yeah, the Bounty Gate coach is a dipshit.
Well, Bo Nix's running is what... honestly, it's what helped them beat us. We didn't really account for his ability to pick up yards with his legs. Not super well. He was able to convert some first downs because of that. So I understand why he did, but things like that happens. It's a physical game, right? It's always the risk.
The dude Vince said that last run he supposedly got hurt on, they were already in field goal range.
I can't remember that play. I don't remember what that play was. I think I was already dejected. All right, what game am I going to play? I'm going to play something. I've ranted enough. I've ranted enough about the Bills. What game am I going to play?
The dude Vince sent a link.
Oh, is this the play? Oh, this one. Doesn't look like he broke his ankle. He popped right back up.
This time rolling left, and going to try to keep it, and he's dropped back to the 38 by Bishop, Tony.
What if Sean Payton is pranking people? What if this is a scam? What if this is like, we're gonna make the other team prepare to face Jared Stidham? They're gonna watch a lot of film on Jared Stidham, and then like at the very end,
I guess he was wincing on the sideline afterward.
Like at the very end, they're like, okay, Bo Nix is gonna start.
Said a recommendation from Kite. What about Mama Monster Hunter?
Yo, what's up, Kite? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing? I don't have Mama Monster Hunter, so that's gonna have to be a no on that, and that's probably still like a $50 game.
Vince said he knows my recommendation. LOL.
I don't know your recommendation. What? Squad XXX Slut Hunt? Sexercise Club? Why? What?
The dude Vince said blueprints, tongue sticking out.
Oh, blueprints. Oh, yeah, it's right here. I clicked on the store and it was already open. Oh, okay. How big is it to install?
The dude Vince said Smart Factory Tycoon is free apparently. The dude Vince said saw that when I clicked on search in Steam.
Apparently, Brandon Cooks doesn't have possession here, but Xavier Worthy did in last year's AFC title game. I remember that. They said that this was a catch for Xavier Worthy when both players landed on the ground and the ball was very firmly in the Bills player's possession. This isn't even like he was down by contact with possession. This is like he's got possession in the air, but once they landed, they called that a catch for Xavier Worthy. I hit that with a like.
The dude Vince said yeah, absolutely no consistency.
Just
NFL
pure
just
bullshit.
needs robot refs.
What is this? Why isn't this video working? Yeah. Here's the NFL pool report with Carl Sheffers after the game. Question: what did you see on the pass to Brandon Cooks that was ruled an interception by Jaquan McMillan? The receiver has to complete the process of a catch. He was going to the ground as part of the process of the catch, and he lost possession of the ball when he hit the ground. The defender gained possession of it at that point. The defender is the one that completed the process of the catch. The defender was awarded the ball. Did the ball hit the ground? No, that was confirmed in the replay process. The interception was confirmed. Can you take us through the two pass interference penalties in overtime? The first one, second 10, Denver 47-yard, was an arm grab. The defender held the receiver's right arm down, which prevented him from going up for the pass with two hands. He was attempting a one-armed grab of the ball, and so that restriction of his right arm was why the pass interference was called. And the second one, second and 12, Buffalo 38-yard line. The second was early contact and an arm grab that materially restricted the receiver. First one, that was the one on Tre'Davious White. I think that you could call it that. I remember seeing that. I think in any other context, they would have called that ticky-tack. They wouldn't have thrown a PI for it. This one is BS.
The dude Vince said Gene Steratore is also a cuck. Why have him in the booth? He will never not disagree with the refs. The dude Vince said and Romo called Allen. Dude has been calling games for years. Get him the hell out of here. The dude Vince said he called Allen Mahomes.
He called Allen Mahomes.
At PieLover39462 said Allen ain't bad. The dude Vince said Laura was watching TV upstairs and asks me what the hell are you yelling at. At PieLover39462 said Buffalo just needs to be better.
Oh yeah, here's what you were just talking about. What, where'd it go? He did. He called him Mahomes. What game is he even watching? What game is he even watching? Maybe he was calling him his homie. Maybe he was like, hey, here, you see my homie right here? My homie Allen. My Holmes. Jesus Christ, man.
The dude Vince said I think it's mainly cause Romo never shuts up. Brady is getting there for me too.
I don't have a problem with either of them, honestly.
At PieLover39462 said Buffalo needs some spice. The dude Vince said I gotta listen to Chris Collinsworth call the Bears game. The dude Vince said Buffalo needs to use their first round pick on a receiver.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, we to spend a lot of picks on receivers, in my view.
At PieLover39462 asks Vince, are you a Bears fan? The dude Vince said, and a second rounder on a bruising running back.
I mean, just look at this, man. This...
At PieLover39462 asks Buffalo needs that O-line now?
No, our O-line is good.
The dude Vince said yeah, I'm a Bears fan. At PieLover39462 said Buffalo has injuries too, I believe.
The field, and the pass is caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that?
You see, here's the thing. Like, in these kinds of plays, you just can't give the other team an opportunity to steal. Like, I don't know, Cooks should have vice gripped that shit, broken the other dude's arm.
The dude Vince said ties almost always go to the offense.
I know, but you can't get to that point. You can't let there be a tie. Like, you can't let there be a tie. If that means breaking that dude's arm because, like, you fucking...
Pie Lover 39462 said a lot of teams believe they have a good O-line, but I'll believe you.
No, we have... I mean, you can see it in this play. Look at how they protected him. He had all day and plenty of space to hurl this thing downfield. And he did. And it was right on the money. And his receiver caught it. Like, our O-line's fine. We don't... I mean, we need maybe some depth, maybe. Other than that, I don't have any problems with our O-line.
The dude Vince said Buffalo's injuries have injuries.
It's just... Even with all of that, though, like, this is a perfectly winnable game. 30-30 in OT. Dropping a ball like that right into his receiver's hands. Perfectly winnable game. If they just call this a catch...
39462 said, I'm a Packers fan. I don't hate the Bears, but you might feel the same way, so...
If they call this a catch, look at how far past the field goal line, the target line is. We're just kicking a field goal and winning. And then the other team gets, like, sweetheart DPI calls.
39462 said, might not feel the same way.
Just sweetheart DPI calls. Okay, I gotta stop. I've been repeating myself. I've been repeating myself now for about an hour.
The dude Vince said, I like rivalries, but I don't take them as serious as some, like I don't hate other Packers fans.
Oh, shut up, YouTube.
At Pie Lover 39462 said, cool, I'm not a hater person, I'm competitive, but I have sportsmanship. The dude Vince said, that being said, I think it's absolutely hilarious that some Packers fans made a petition to make Ben Johnson apologize for saying fuck the Packers.
What's going on?
At Pie Lover 39462 said, ha.
Why can't I edit my... Oh, here.
At Pie Lover 39462 said, I knew the Packers were gonna lose to the Bears, but I'm sad. I wanted them to win the Super Bowl. That being said, I want Matt LaFleur fired.
You want Matt LaFleur fired? I guess I could see why Packers fans would want him fired. I guess after a while, it's kind of the same thing as Bills fans wanting Sean McDermott fired.
The dude Vince said, well, the bad news is he's getting extended.
Giving up on good coaches is a hard thing to do. That's why people were, like, taken by surprise when John Harbaugh got fired. All right. At long last, Vince. At long last. Blueprints.
At PieLover39462 said I just had hoped the Packers would win the Super Bowl.
I don't know anything about this game, so I'm going in blind as a bat, ice cold. I don't want Sean McDermott to get fired. We're going to lose our OC anyway, so...
At PieLover39462 said the hope was empty, though.
I would like a veteran OC. Joe Brady is a young guy. I would like a veteran OC.
At PieLover39462 said, is Matt really getting extended? I'm done.
You know, I would like Mike McDaniel. I would take Mike McDaniel as an OC in Buffalo. I don't know if he'd want to do that.
9462 said I'm not watching the Packers for a while.
I don't know if he wants to go from the Miami nightlife to Buffalo. Brian Dable, former Giants head coach, former Bills OC, he's back out there.
Of the Mount Holly estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand
This guy's an asshole.
March 1993.
1993.
S. Sinclair.
Why is he talking like he's from like the 1700s? Guy's an asshole. Just be like, okay, never mind. I don't want to do all this. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy. I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead. With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert Sinclair. Okay. Will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. The fuck is this? I'm already annoyed by this game. All right, what am I doing here? I gotta the rooms all change, huh? Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose. Oh, I've got 50 steps. 1 step. When you no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor, and you must call it a day. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a board game then. 2 items, hallway. E. It's a coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, you earn an additional 1 in interest. Can't see that. Storeroom, den, or pantry. Go to the storeroom. Okay. Got that.
The dude Vince said, I really enjoy the look of the game.
No, visually, it's awesome. Lockpick. Ironic that it was locked up and I needed a key to get to it. Will occasionally be able to unlock some normal doors. Greetings from Reddington. You can't rotate it or anything? Parlor has a puzzle piece.
The dude Vince said, and I think it being a different experience every playthrough is why this blew up in popularity.
Is the black box? Are you sure about that? The hell? Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. Damn, why are you fucking smashing your wife like that? I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I've included with this letter all the details you will need to share with your guests should you be inclined to play.
Said, hello, it is me, and my organs are all sad.
Yeah, what's up, Toaster? Welcome back to the stream. Why are your organs sad? There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements.
Said, you know how it be.
Only one box has a prize within.
Connoisseur said, I have lost many hours to this game.
Yo, what's up, Gilf? Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? There will always be at least one box that displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays false statements. Only one box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. One box always false, one box always true. I mean, this is a true statement. This seems like it's the always false statement.
Haunted Taco 12 said yold 6 Galby.
Oh, what's up, Taco? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing?
At PieLover 39462 said, what I hate is people want to say the 49ers is a really good team, a Super Bowl team, but it's just Kyle Shanahan making strategies to get his injured-ass team every season as high as they can go. At PieLover 39462 said, with their great but not star quarterbacks. At PieLover 39462 said, 49ers always injured. The Dude Vince said 49ers made the Super Bowl just 2 years ago. Haunted Taco 12 said, I'm eating something that starts with a C, but unfortunately, it's not cookies. The Dude Vince asks, carrot?
Crackers?
At PieLover 39462 said, I mean a Super Bowl winning team.
I mean, they do well in the regular season when they're healthy. I mean, I guess.
At PieLover 39462 said, when I mean Super Bowl 1 means Super Bowl winning. Haunted Taco 12 said carrots, although, I like carrots.
Look at that, Vince, you nailed it. Guest bedroom, plus 10 steps. Claire, I just wanted to write you a quick note.
It's the only word I could think of.
Thank you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality someone made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoyed your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. What do I do with all these gems?
The Dude Vince said there's a store you might find. The Dude Vince said can exchange for tools.
What happens when I run out of doors to walk through? Do I have to call it a day?
The dude Vince said yeah.
Okay, I see. I see what the conceit of this game is then.
Gilf Connoisseur said you can explore outside a bit. Haunted Taco 12 said blueprints? But Prince liked purple. At PieLover 39462 said I mean the 49ers aren't a serious Super Bowl contender team. The dude Vince said oh I didn't know that.
Can't explore over there. See where this takes. The private drive takes. Oh, there's a campsite here. Is this where I have to stay? Is this where I sleep? Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from Blueprint menu tab to return to the campsite for the night. I see. So this is where I'm sleeping. Don't know the combo to this. Although I feel like if I really wanted, I could just jump over this.
At PieLover 39462 said the 49ers were easily outclassed by the Chiefs in both occasions. Gilf Connoisseur said leaving the fire unattended is not good scouting.
I guess I don't have a choice but to call it.
I feel like if I were a guy, I'd probably be a bit like Prince.
What makes you say that?
Haunted Taco 12 said I don't know.
I mean, Prince was a well-liked dude.
The dude Vince said I don't know why but this game always gets my full attention, even turned Fallout 76 off lol.
Breaker box. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. It close the amount? Okay, well.
Haunted Taco 12 said maybe Vernon just be a more flamboyant type of man.
The corridor is always left unlocked.
Haunted Taco 12 said Bernie. Haunted Taco 12 said pretzel.
You missed the Bretzel reference in the Duck Detective game I played the other night.
The dude Vince said Bretzel. Haunted Taco 12 said badumps. Haunted Taco 12 said shoe.
You.
Haunted Taco 12 said SHHHH. The Dude Vince said pissed.
Oh, there's the commissary. I don't have any gems this go around, though. Oh, damn it. Are you kidding me? Oh, damn it. Fucking Twitch. It's not even registering in my... It's not even registering in my fucking OBS. Am I still good on YouTube? Refresh is back on Twitch. Yeah, fine on YouTube. Okay, good, good. Yeah, Twitch just crapped out for whatever reason. Okay. Let me continue examining my... Let's see what this says now. Box is one of 2 empty boxes. 2 boxes in this room are empty. There are 3 empty boxes in this room. It's a little different, a little bit tougher. This one could be the lie. Well, this one's the lie, actually. There are 3 empty boxes in this room. 2 boxes in this room are empty. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. One of these 2. Although I guess the box that lies could also have the prize in it, right? The other 2 are always empty. I'm gonna try the lie. Nope. Not this time. Oh, there's some keys. Bar keys. I didn't get a key.
At Dat Dude Vince said YouTube is fine, Twitch is not. Haunted Taco 12 said F. Haunted Wisp said what happened.
Okay, catch up,
Haunted
Caster
Taco
Labs.
12 said at Lumia stream thank you. The Dude Vince said refresh its back. At PieLover39. The Dude Vince said it did freeze on you. At PieLover39462 said not watching.
Just reset that. Okay, I got a sleeping mask for some reason. As you continue on your venture, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prevent. They want me to write shit down? Like, they want me to write shit down, like, to keep track of this shit for real?
Gilf Connoisseur said it does help.
I don't want to do that shit. Observatory. What does the sparkle mean? Oh, I don't have any gems. Guess I better go here and get one then, huh?
The Dude Vince said I didn't know about the writing things down thing. At PieLover39462 said I'm confused.
Confused about what?
The Dude Vince asks what are you confused about? Haunted Taco 12 said life.
Oh, come on.
Haunted Taco 12 said politics. At PieLover39462 said well now that you ask everything. Gilf Connoisseur said life be like that sometimes. Haunted Taco 12 said what to eat.
Oh, where am I going? There wasn't even a keyhole there. Draw a new floor plan. What is drawing new floor plan? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna see. Let me see what this means. Oh, this is taking me back to the chapel. Damn it! It took my fucking money. You asshole.
The dude Vince asks at Gilfconwa, sir, did you enjoy this game?
Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 option.
Gilf Connoisseur said yes, but I still have some stuff left to finish.
God, stop taking my fucking money, you assholes. Yeah, they give me plus 2 steps. Rumpus room. Oh, I need a gem for that. Oh, I got a fucking hammer. And shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Where are these boarded up? What does it mean when these doors are boarded up?
Gilf Connoisseur said already a room there without a door on the other side.
Oh. Oh, I see, I see, I see. Damn, okay. I understand what's happening here now. I think I fucked myself. I get what's going on. Alright, well, I guess I fucked myself then, because I don't have any other... I don't have any other avenues to explore. This game is very mellow and drony. It needs more killing.
The dude Vince said yeah, I find it relaxing.
Oh, I can't pick up the hat? I wanted a fancy hat. Damn it, are you kidding me?
Haunted Taco 12 said Yold 6 Suki.
I don't know where that Suki is. Is this going to be locked too? I guess I still have a key.
Haunted Wisp said as long as it isn't the Upper West Wing.
That's going to be a dead end. Both of these are going to be dead ends. I don't want to waste a gem on... What does this do? I don't know what any of this shit's doing. Fuck it. We'll just do that. Every die while drafting you may use to roll for new floor plans. Oh, that's cool. Draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Cool.
Haunted Taco 12 said, what is your favorite pinball machine?
Maybe a controversial opinion, but I don't really like pinball machines.
Haunted Taco 12 said, that's fair. Haunted Taco 12 said, go to arcade machine.
Oh, what the fuck? Seems like something sinister is happening in this security room. I mean, that is how a CCTV works. Although, my guy is... he moves kind of funny on it.
Haunted Taco 12 said, my childhood best friend's dad used to run an arcade and he had a lot of machines, and my friend and I would play them. I was very much a pinko wizard back in the day. Haunted Taco 12 said, pinball.
I think arcade... I mean, I like playing, I like doing, like, the, carnival game type stuff, like skee-ball, basketball, Connect 4, that's always a favorite of mine. Yeah, whenever there's a basketball Connect 4, I'm always on it. But, I guess as far as, like, video game
Haunted
arcade
Taco
things...
12 said, basketball is fun.
The gun games are kind of fun. Like, even Big Buck Hunter can be kind of fun. The Jurassic Park ones. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if any one of those are my go-to. I guess my go-to is the Basketball Connect 4. Poring over this with my magnifying glass. All right, let's see what the statements are
Haunted
now.
Taco 12 said I used to like going to her house to play the arcade games.
Items are in a true box. Box is black. So that's not a lie.
Haunted Taco 12
That's
said
not a
and
lie.
pinball.
This is the lie.
Haunted Taco 12 said I love pinball.
What's your favorite pinball? Okay, I guess I'm not chowing down here.
Haunted Taco 12 said I like a lot of them: Iron Maiden, Jurassic Park, Dracula, Addams Family, Godzilla.
I think the one pinball I probably spent the most time playing, honestly, was the Star Trek TNG one. And maybe the Lord of the Rings one.
Haunted Taco 12 said Star Trek. Haunted Taco 12 said yeah. Haunted Taco 12 said Friend's dad had some exclusive ones too. Haunted Taco 12 said a Kill Bill one.
Kill Bill. I need a key.
Haunted Taco 12 said he had a few Aussie ones too.
I'm curious as to what the Kill Bill pinball was like.
The Dude Vince said when I was little my dad ran a laundromat in Arizona. We had a few arcade cabs, like Willow and Double Dribble.
Double Dribble. Double Dribble.
Haunted Taco 12 said it was awesome, it had the bride on it. Haunted Taco 12 said Uma Thurman.
Uma, Jerry. Uma.
Haunted Taco 12 said she is an attractive lady.
This is also going to dead end me. Guess I'm going all the way back to the beginning. Hopefully I can get a key out of that other door.
The dude Vince said it's weird seeing her daughter Maya and stuff. I feel old, and she's almost 30 now.
What does counts as 2 bedrooms? I mean, guess I'll figure it out.
Haunted Taco 12 said yeah, Robin, from Stranger Things. Haunted Taco 12 said it would be cool to see Maya in a Kill Bill movie. Haunted Taco 12 said she looks like a good mix between her mom and her dad.
Wait, Robin from Kill Bill is Uma Thurman's daughter? I didn't know that. Who is her dad? Oh, this poor guy is in here by himself? When was the last time anyone fed you, buddy?
The dude Vince said Ethan Hawke.
Oh.
Haunted Taco 12 said Robin from Stranger Things is Uma Thurman's daughter.
Alright, I guess I'm stuck. I guess it's time to call it then. Because I need a key to get past this door, and I've exhausted all of my other rooms. They're all dead ends now. Yeah. I'm gonna call it for this game. It's interesting. It's a little... This feels like the kind of game I would play to kill time off stream. It's not bad. A little too drony. It was like that other game that I played on stream, Gris, which was a cool indie title.
The dude Vince said, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it somewhat.
It was a cool indie title, but
Haunted
it was like a
Taco
little
12
too...
said Blueprints.
I'm like, oh, okay. Being lulled into a sense of calm and peace and maybe even slumber a little bit. But I mean, I think it's a neat idea. Having to
Maniacal
build
Toaster said,
a
good
puzzle.
Stream, good job.
Oh, I'm not ending the stream just yet, Toaster. Having to build like your puzzle blocks to get
Maniacal
to the
Toaster
end point.
Said, oh. Haunted Taco 12 said point still stands.
No, it means it's
Haunted
a bad
Taco
stream
12
now.
Said good stream.
Now this
Good
means
job.
that it's a... No, it's just a mediocre
The
stream.
dude Vince said for $19
Decent job.
on sale, I think it's a good game.
No, I mean, it's good. I can see why people like it, for sure. I can see why people like it, for sure.
Haunted Taco 12 said stream, job.
Stream job? That sounds...
Haunted Taco 12 said neither good nor bad.
That sounds like a Pornhub category I do not want to know about. The stream job. Oh man. I'm still stewing over this Bills game. I'm looking at people's posts on Twitter right now. People are real mad about that interception call. That's for sure. Even non-Bills fans are mad about that interception call. Oh. All right, let's see what this one's all about. Dear Henry, it seems like a lifetime since we worked on cartoons together. 30 years really slips away, doesn't it? If you're back in town, come visit the old
Taco
workshop.
12 said,
There's
I
something
knew
I
a
need to
girl
show
in
you.
college people would call Bendy.
Is that a good nickname for a girl in college? I don't know. Why was she called Bendy? She a gymnast?
Haunted Taco
All right,
12
Joey.
said, I believe it was for
I'm
more
here.
nefarious reasons, lol.
Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Okay, first of all, motion blur off. Joey Drew Studios. Indy the Dancing Demon? Jesus, is that what this thing is?
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair. Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
Hard work happy. Okay. Search the workshop. Art department, ink machine, theater, break room. Dreams come true. This is reminding me of that one game I played like years ago, where it was like a haunted Muppet game or something like that, some shit like that. Do I even know how to open? Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. These are all locked anyways. Not using a controller.
This lift could use a few dry cells. Let's see what you're hiding down there, old friend.
The dude Vince said, I got this free on Epic a while back. I should try it.
Bendy?
The dude Vince said, yeah.
Turn on the ink machine located at the power station.
The dude Vince said Bendy and the ink machine.
There's the power station. Wasn't open before.
At Pilover 39462 said not Bendy. Haunted Taco 12 said so it seems like Fallout 3 and New Vegas Remastered may release on top of each other, and maybe sooner than we think. Haunted Taco 12 said according to things occurring with Steam.
Wait, the remaster of both of those games?
At Pilover 39462 said Bendy's cool but I'm good. Haunted Taco 12 said yes. At Pilover 39462 said I'ma be quiet.
Okay.
Haunted Wisp said I don't like how they just find all kinds of excuses to sell more games.
Oh, where'd that even drop from?
Oh my god.
Haunted Wisp said it's this
Joey,
game
what
you
were you
played
doing?
already, but look, it's better. The dude Vince said people have been asking for those remasters for years.
Who's laughing now? Boris the Wolf. Doesn't look like it ended
The
very
dude Vince
pleasantly
said,
for
but I
Boris.
get what you're saying. Haunted Taco 12 said I am not against these remasters. Haunted Taco 12 said as they need it.
I liked the Oblivion remaster.
Haunted Taco 12 said they can be very difficult to play on modern hardware. The dude Vince said that just shows how popular they were, and that people still want to play them.
Man, I need a fucking map. Oh, here we go.
Alright, how do I get this to work?
Locate and place the objects.
Haunted Wisp said the remasters should apply to the original game, not milking customers for every time they blow a fart. Haunted Taco 12 said well, with the hype the show generates, they should be doing more, but I believe Bethesda suffers from a form of incompetence.
Who put this here?
Haunted Taco 12 said nah, I disagree, Wisp.
Oh, I guess this wasn't here before. I
The
didn't even.
defense said it does cost money to make the remasters.
It didn't even register to me that that thing wasn't there before. I was just like, all right, I guess I'll
Haunted
walk
Taco
around
12
this.
said replacing the original would mess up a lot of stuff.
Replacing the original what? Wait, hold on. Why what are you guys talking about? The remaster should apply to the original game, not milking customer every time to pull apart. Agree with those costs.
Haunted Wisp said no alongside the original, not in lieu of.
Like,
Haunted Taco 12 said fair, yeah.
I think that like doing remasters or and things like that are fine for games beyond a certain, I guess, age. I get what Wisp is saying, and I agree when it comes to shit like Skyrim and all the different versions of Skyrim that Bethesda has spit out. But they've only ever made one version of like Oblivion.
Haunted Taco 12 said I think people who own the original company could be entitled to a discount or free copy.
Yeah, I got the little squeaky doll. They've only ever made like one version of New Vegas even. And I'm not talking about like, oh, the definitive edition. I'm talking about like, you know, the base game itself. And that was however many years ago. So I think it's fine to do a remaster of that.
Haunted Taco 12 said they did that with Skyrim to Skyrim Special Edition really early on. Haunted Taco 12 said, but I don't believe it is done anymore.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Fuck. How'd I hit a... What the hell happened there? How do I view my... Is there a way for me to view my inventory?
Haunted Taco 12 said New Vegas and 3 Remastered will likely cost as much as Oblivion Remastered.
Oh, I'm sure.
Haunted Wisp said I would feel different if I didn't move through games like a glacier, I suppose. Haunted Taco 12 said LUL. Haunted Taco 12 said I feel you.
Oh, the thing is gone. Alright, so I gotta get the ink, the music note, and a wrench. Well, the wrench is in this guy's chest.
Haunted Taco 12 said I believe at least 10 to 15 years should pass before a remaster.
Set us. I could see 10 to 15 years. I think that like another part of it that makes it kind of tough is that the gap.
Haunted Taco 12 said New Vegas is 16 and Fallout 3 is 18.
Yeah, the gap in technology and like the gap in visual fidelity between older games and modern games, it's getting thinner and thinner, smaller and smaller. So like the difference between how games visually looked circa Fallout 3 and now is way different than how games visually look between like Fallout 4 and now. So like when did Fallout 4 come out? Was that 2015? I can't remember when Fallout 4 came out.
Haunted Taco 12 said 2015. The dude said yeah.
So even that is 11 years
Taco 12
old.
said yep.
That one's an 11-year-old game, but is that worthy of a remake or a remaster? Visually speaking, mechanically speaking?
The dude Vince said when you look at the visuals of 76, you really see that difference. Haunted Taco 12 said it's 11, but the graphics aren't particularly bad.
That's what I'm saying. So like if you do a remaster of Fallout 4, it's not going to be that different.
Said 76 is kinda a pretty game.
It's not going to be that different from the OG Fallout 4.
Maniacal Toaster asks okay, but if they don't at the very least make the New Vegas remaster work, then like bro, why?
Work. Just work in general. Just not crash without having to mod the shit out of it. New Vegas is like a good candidate for a remaster. Probably 3 too, but I've never played 3. What are these things?
The dude Vince said 3 is my favorite, followed by 76. Haunted Taco 12 said I believe they should fix the issues with the game and allow it to be modded more than Oblivion remastered. Maniacal Toaster said a guy I used to be friends with convinced me to get 76 for streaming. The entire time I was going, okay, but why though, until I stopped streaming it. Like, half the time I was going okay, so that's just magic. That's just magic rocks that make the sky explode, lol. Haunted Taco 12 said although many original mods work for regular Oblivion, so I think at some point NVRM and 3RM will be as moddable as the original.
What?
The dude Vince asks what magic rocks.
Locate the pressure valve.
Haunted Taco 12 said the problem is Unreal Engine 5. Haunted Taco 12 said but the crashing and other issues are because of Bethesda's duct tape and staples engine. Haunted Wisp said we all dine. Haunted Wisp said then we all died.
Well, I feel like that's kind of the purpose of doing these remasters, so that they
Haunted
could
Taco
move
12
away.
said we all do.
They could move away from their duct-taped engine.
Maniacal Toaster said those rock things that like made monsters or something and had the giant snake in a cave.
The fuck is even going on in this game? How many minutes I've been playing? 30 minutes? 20 minutes?
The dude Vince said I don't
It's
remember
just fucking
that in 76 and I have over 100 hours in it, lol.
Just like I'm a cartoon janitor. Stumbling around through this shit. What's going on?
Maniacal Toaster said Ultrasight. The dude Vince said, oh yeah, the ultrasight. Maniacal Toaster said I probably got brought back into the game at the worst possible time cause that's when they were doing a bunch of updates of stuff that is just straight up magic, and I hate that about Bethesda Fallout. LOL. Haunted Taco 12 said I personally don't really like Unreal Engine 5 that much.
There's magic in Fallout? I don't know what those are.
Haunted Taco 12 said my view is probably skewed by all of the top.
What the fuck, you little asshole? Get your fucking head back in there, you piece of shit.
The dude Vince said I turned my character into a ghoul.
Oh, he's popping out all over the place now. Wait, my guy doesn't have anything to say about that? He's got nothing to say about the pop-up guy? Yeah, I see you, dude.
Maniacal Toaster said turning into a ghoul was the one thing I was hoping for from 76, and that took years to get put in. LOL.
This seems bad. Seems like a waste of ink.
Haunted Taco 12 said screw being a ghoul. The dude Vince said the benefits of being a ghoul are pretty nice. Maniacal Toaster said I also want to play a super mutant, but there are mod Fallout servers for that.
What are the benefits
Haunted
of being
Taco
a
12
ghoul?
said I want to be a super mutant murder hobo. Maniacal Toaster said hell yeah. The dude Vince said radiation gives you more health.
Does Radaway hurt you then?
The dude Vince said so the more radiated you are, it's like having a second health bar. The dude Vince said doesn't hurt but kills your extra health bar.
So what are the drawbacks for being
Haunted
a ghoul?
Taco 12 said I want to start my own master's army of super mutant murder homos.
I turned on the ink machine.
Haunted Taco 12 said hobos. The dude Vince said you have to wear a disguise. Haunted Wisp said LOL fuck. Haunted Taco 12 said we're homos that murder.
I want to start my own master army of super mutant murder. Super mutant murder homos. Okay, we're all inclusive here. If you want to be a murder homo, you can be a murder homo. Wait, why is this door closed now? Ah! Jesus Christ.
Haunted Taco 12 said don't murder homos. Murder as a homo.
I think I'm running. My guy's going very slow. Oh. Fall through the floor. I got an achievement for that, huh? Oh boy, imagine being fucking terrorized by Steamboat Willie Mickey.
The Dude Vince said, have you ever played the game called Stacking? Came out in 2011 and you play as a family of Russian stacking dolls.
Damn, that was quite a fall. Find and turn the valves.
The Dude Vince said this reminds of that a little. Double Fine Productions made it.
I've never heard of that one. Ugh, I think I am going to call it for the night,
those
though.
were one of my favorite things as a kid.
Damn, game gave me some jump scares.
Maniacal Toaster said, okay, now good stream, good job.
Thank you, thank you. Now it's appropriate to say that.
Haunted Wisp said, especially the smallest one. Haunted Taco 12 said, bad stream, bad job.
Well, fuck you too, murder homo.
The Dude Vince said, night all. Bears game is at 5:30 tomorrow. Haunted Wisp said, good stream, good job.
Oh, it's
Haunted
wait.
Taco 12 said, but it's only bad because it's ending.
What's the early game?
The Dude Vince said Texans Pats is at 2.
Okay. Shit. I don't even know who I want to win that one anymore. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Whoever wins that game's going to the Super Bowl, so I guess it doesn't even really matter.
Said Texans for me.
I guess. I don't like CJ Stroud. Ever since he little bro'd both Caleb Williams and Drake May.
Pats need to not win for 25 years.
And ever since he little bro'd those two, I hated. I just didn't like them. We got. So disheartening. This loss was so disheartening. This loss is so disheartening.
Haunted Taco 12 said my hate for Boston justifies wanting them to lose.
Fair enough. I get that. Such a disheartening loss. What is going on with Twitter? Why is it loading like shit? Alright, I'm gonna play this last thing before I leave, just because I'm obsessing now.
Tony, I know you're not going to agree with this one. I want to see, there's the hand, the white glove. Has to have
possession of that. So right there, he doesn't get the left, and that ball hits. And I could see it because you can't completely say no, but that ball hits pretty. I don't know if you have possession for it, Gene.
The other thing you're saying is Worthy's pinning it there. Now when it comes down and it makes contact with the ground, does the ball move enough to say?
They gave that to Worthy too.
Dude Vince said no consistency.
See, there's the hand, the white glove. Has to have.
They gave that one to Worthy too. And I agree, inconsistent officiating is bad officiating.
I hate to keep it short, but we love you. You know, we're thankful for him.
He said he feels like he let you guys down. How do you react when your quarterback who's done so much for you says that to you guys?
He let us down.
This is Deion Dawkins, their right tackle.
You know,
or left
so
tackle,
hard.
rather.
You know, personally, just so thankful to be a part of this.
This is Brandon Cooks.
I look back and like, man, what could I have done to be able to alleviate some of that pressure from him?
The Dude Vince said Deion Dawkins, their Walter Payton Man of the Year
You
nominee.
just love this game so much, and when you come up short like this, it's gonna sting for a long time. You know, there's no, next week. Just love it, you know.
Comes with audio. By the way, this dude in the back, Sal Capaccio. He is a very, very interesting. I like him. He's great. He's a very interesting media story because, like, I remember watching him 2008-ish, 2009 on Ustream. He was a high school football coach who was a Bills fan, and he just streamed talking about the Bills the way that I am now. He was a part of no news organization or anything like that. He was just a guy on Ustream talking about the Bills, and people liked his show.
Said I used to watch Juicy J on Ustream.
And he popped off. He got popular, and eventually, like, WGR 550, which is Buffalo's local area radio sports network, he started doing guest appearances here and there, and then eventually he just became a media fixture. Like, he's a sideline reporter now for WGR. He does stuff with the Bills organization. I mean, you can see he's in the locker room holding a mic to Brandon Cook's face. Like, the dude started off just streaming online like a normie would, and worked his way up to, like, being this prominent, beloved media figure in Buffalo. So, really cool story. I like Sal Capaccio. He's a good dude, and he always has very insightful takes. What the fuck is that?
The Dude Vince said I got Juicy J to listen to one of my beats I made live on his Ustream.
I don't even know who this fucking guy is.
Referees that ref that game. And maybe it's not the same guy at the other end who let the pass interference go on the Denver defender at the end of regulation. Josh Allen goes for the end zone, clear PI on the receiver, grabs his arm.
Said you don't know
they
good
might have
till
deemed
it's
it
been
untouchable.
staged.
It was within his vicinity. He can make that play if he's not having his arm grabbed. But you know what? Maybe on the softer side, let him play. So Bills are forced to hit a 50-yarder to send it to OT. Overtime, the unreal interception by Denver. They get the first pass interference call. That was a mugging. I don't think anybody's arguing about that. But to give them a chip shot to win it on the identical fucking play that you let go at the end of regulation, fuck you. You fucked the Bills, you fucked up the call, and that's bullshit, and that's why they should be on the podium after the game. Complete soft bullshit hose job call. You just let it go for that reason at the end of regulation. You would have put the Bills on the first and goal with a couple cracks at it. I think there was 15 seconds left. Fucking hose job. You fucked the Bills. I'm not even a Bills fan. Denver, congratulations.
What a nice congratulations, but yeah, I mean, it just sucks. It sucks that this is Kevin Masseri, who also does podcasts I like, his tweet: the Broncos, the most penalized team in the NFL, did not commit a live ball penalty on defense in 5 quarters. The most penalized team in the NFL suddenly went completely penalty free, and not 4 but 5 quarters.
Probably me commiserating with you Tuesday.
This is the PI non-call that dude was complaining about.
Wrong tomorrow.
This is the PI non-call he was talking about. Come on, why is Twitter videos such fucking dog shit?
Turns around right here and then slows up.
Look, he hooked his fucking arm. He hooked his arm, look. Fucking hooked his, grabbed it, pulled it back. Oh, it's totally a fucking, if it's enough to fucking, if it's enough in the OT, it's enough here. It's just such bullshit. It's such bullshit. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I'll be back on Tuesday, I guess. I might be back Monday. Who knows? I don't have a job anymore. I might be back Monday. Oh, Brandon Bean is trending. Probably for the same reasons that I went off about him earlier today. Yep. All right. Anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Good luck good luck to your Bears tomorrow. Vince, I'll be rooting for him. See you guys when I see you. Take it easy.